Hi, today I will be talking about the negative effects of too much screen time and how to minimize the amount of time you're on devices. As Americans, we have technology and devices all around us. It's in every aspect of our daily life, from entertainment to transportation to work. People are on computers, they're on phones, working, talking, doing whatever, constantly. The reason we have that is because it is efficient. It is technology that makes our lives easier, and we wouldn't be doing the things that we do without them. However, they do pose some health benefits, some health problems, and the main problem is that it can damage our sleep, and that being on your phone and being on specifically social media many hours of the day can just be bad for your mental state. You're just seeing the best of other people's days, and you're not seeing the worst parts. You're not seeing the mundane, boring parts that everybody goes through. And that can be something that's just bad for us mentally, because we're feeling that other people don't go through the same things that we do. And that's not the case. Everyone has problems. But from a pure physical, and it also damages your mental state and your brain, is sleep deprivation. And excess artificial light can cause forms of sleep deprivation, and either not getting the amount of sleep you need or not getting the quality of sleep you need. And I'll dive deeper into that. But if people spend too much time exposed to artificial light, like I said, increased rates of sleep deprivation, depression, and poor time management can occur. The reason why people's sleep goes down when too much light exposure happens is because it hurts your circadian rhythm. And your circadian rhythm is what gets you up at the beginning of the day and what puts you to sleep at the end of the day. And if you're disturbing that natural cycle with too much artificial light, the circadian rhythm depends a lot on the sun. So when the sun is up, you want to get exposure to that light in the morning, that healthy sunlight to your eyes, so then your body then has a timetable for when it needs to be going to sleep. And that's about after the sun goes down. And when the sun's going down, you get exposed to that light and your body starts to relax. However, say it's 11 o'clock at night and you have all these bright lights on and you're watching TV and you're looking at your phone, your body's gonna get confused and not know when to go to sleep. So it is just important that, one, we limit the amount of time that we're on our devices throughout the day, if it's not necessary time, and also to be off our devices at around 11 p.m. Andrew Huberman, who is a neurologist at Stanford University, he has a podcast called the Huberman Lab Podcast, and he dives extensively into this matter, along with many, many other matters that either has something to do with neurology, physical fitness. He has medical professionals from Stanford University on the podcast that they talk about their fields of expertise. But he's a very credible and well-researched and just very thorough and knowledgeable person on the subject of sleep. And the biggest detriment that he says to our sleep is excess artificial light exposure, especially past 11 p.m. When I learned this, I used to have a Whoop device, and what that Whoop device did is it calculated my sleep, it calculated my strain throughout the day, it calculated my heart rate variability, it calculated all these different things to make sure that I was healthy and that my metrics were in the range they needed to be. But the most important one was the sleep. I got a sleep score every single night, and when I was really being serious about it, I was looking into it and I was like, all right, I'm getting 8 to 9 hours of sleep, but my sleep score is still 75%. My sleep score is still 80%. And then I started looking, and my REM sleep and my deep sleep were down. What those two types of sleep do is they are necessary for your body's restorative functions to be able to wake up the next day and be healed. If you worked out and you ate protein, a lot of that stuff, growing especially, a lot of that happens during sleep, and you need good quality sleep to have the most benefit for whatever you're doing. And what I was seeing is that both of my REM and deep sleep scores were down. And I was like, well, I'm getting the quality of sleep I need. Why is that happening? And then I realized that my screen time was 5-6 hours a day. And I was like, maybe that makes sense, because this guy, Andrew Huberman, was talking about it and saying that this excess exposure to artificial light just kills your circadian rhythm, and your body is confused, and then you can't get the sleep that you need. So then I was like, okay. I started putting my phone away at 11 p.m. I started limiting my screen time throughout the day, and my sleep score went up. My body started feeling better. My mind was clear. I felt better throughout the day. And I know from personal experience just how much putting your phone away when you need to can help your sleep, and can help your body, and can help your mind, and just be feeling better. And I also wasn't looking at Instagram as much and seeing all these things. And I was living my own life and not looking at other people's stuff and living their own and wishing that I was doing that. You know what I mean? So it's something that screen time, yeah, you need it. But if you can limit it, and you can just make sure you're prioritizing your own health and not worried about other people's lives and what other people are doing constantly, your physical functions, your mental functions, and just your overall state of how you feel will improve. And I wish more people would do this, and it is becoming more mainstream. People are becoming more aware of it, which is great. But there's still people out there that don't have any idea about this and are just killing themselves and just making their days worse because they feel terrible, because their sleep quality is terrible. And they'll look into it as, oh, I'm not going to the gym, I'm not eating right. Maybe that's a factor, but if your sleep is bad, your quality of life will 1000% go down. So, main thing, restrain excess artificial light exposure, whether it's your phone, your TV, your computer, whatever, and put your devices away past 11 p.m. And if you do that, your sleep will get better, your quality of life will get better. And I thank you guys so much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed it.